I think put this here. So welcome everyone to Upward 2025. I am going to talk about activities in 2024. Something very important this year. 7+1 resilient habits, and you will know why. The community resiliency model, probably this is not the presentation in which I am going to explain or talk a lot about, but even in the slides of this presentation, we have some of the information, partial information, because we have a full presentation that we prepared, another material that we prepared or even we received from the creators of the community resiliency model. And finally, it is going to be short. Probably I can talk more than we are going to see, only maybe one slide, but I am going to tell you a little bit about what we plan and how you can be involved. So welcome all of you, those who want to be part of Upward, those who are now, because the last year you served the Sudanese population in Cairo with me, and I am very glad that we made a team for this, and you will hear a little bit, those who are here for first time, how we did, or at least what we wanted. So in 2024 we had some activities as the training, a full training, 3 days, 8 hours each day, with the team of the School of Behavioral Health of the Loma Linda University. It is in California, United States. They are collaborators of our project. They did an incredible effort, and I have good news. We agreed, and we have been in constant communication with them to have more of the knowledge they have provided us, and this is good for all of us. We had regular activities, mainly meetings in which with the team we would continue learning. We based a lot our meetings, what we did, to the community resiliency model, because we were trained, but we continued improving, and something important, to become trainers. This is what we expected from the volunteers. So to teach now others the skills, what was learned, to actually implement that, what is called the community resiliency model. And in this presentation, probably I am going to tell you a little bit. So I included only 2 slides, but in the whole year we did a lot of things. Even the videos that I showed were some of the first videos, but we carried out a lot of workshops, a lot of even activities, humanitarian activities, social service. And many of you know, because you participated or you heard, and also thank you. Even those who, I am talking of those who are not or were not the volunteers during the last year, but even you knew a little bit, and remember Nasradin, and even Omar helped a lot as well, and you have some idea also if you are relatives of Rudwan. I know that he told you a little bit, and so it is not a presentation to show a lot of pictures and videos, which we have, and we did a lot of things. But the next slides are going to give you more context and idea about what we did, so I prefer to continue. Actually, this is only one of many presentations we had, with the purpose of make of the volunteers of our team better prepared to our role. Actually, our role at the beginning, I want to tell you that we started with recruiting process. I interviewed every volunteer, or most of them, and it was before the training. We wanted to, select individuals with which we could work together, something as in that moment we consider was the English, for example. I was conducting lectures or presentations in English, the training was in English, so things like that. And in that process, we called the volunteers, it was actually the ads that we shared, we called them at the beginning community leaders. We did not continue with that name. It was that the name that the trainers from Loma Linda used in different countries. They implemented the community resiliency model in other countries in which there was conflict or there was trauma, for the population in general. For example, one case is Sierra Leone after when a pandemic. This case was Ebola. In Ukraine as well, the same team. They worked with people from Ukraine. They mention other countries, and there are scientific articles of the implementation of the community resiliency model in populations. During this process, I considered that we wanted to give a stronger approach to what we offer to individuals. And that's why I told you, starting for the volunteers, I wanted to make them more integral. At least I will not make them, it sounds funny, maybe to share ideas or contents that will help one person to understand better, or suggest them, invite them in integral aspects of our well-being or our lives. So we call resilient habits, which include not only the mental health, but physical health, things of daily lives. And I included, as I said, this presentation because in 2025 we are going to give an emphasis to this, including the community resiliency model. I am going to tell you how they are even connected, but this is something in which I told in that presentation that I am not going to repeat. That, for example, I decided first a search, a query or different queries, search, and a lot, even books, articles about resilient habits. Many people suggest their list. These are resilient habits, and they have a lot of contents. In this presentation, I said, many possible words, terms, ideas, but I am a scientific researcher. I made a selection based at the end. We decide, but in this case, I went for some that I actually consider important for my life, in which I truly believe on them. That I consider this is not theory that I heard, but I really consider of so much value. And for example, I showed that in one of the books, an influential or important author talk about self-control, for example. And this first one is where we are going to connect with the community resiliency model. we learn skills that will help you or individuals to control themselves, their nervous system, to regulate the nervous system. In a moment in which trauma or a very struggling moment, we learn some skills to stay calm and in control under challenging situations. This is actually the definition of resilience, or one of the definitions that one of the experts presented and we learned in one point. So there were, in one of the chapters of her book, or the author talk about live healthily, including a diet, a balanced diet, physical activity. This author, I mentioned the importance of the authors and the contents they presented in a list that she prepared. Other professors at the University of Brighton, she talked about exercise and fresh air, healthy diet again in her book, Resilient Therapy. And I presented from other lists, for example, again, diet, exercise, sleep, the importance of good habits of sleep, hydration, water in this case. Other important author, a psychotherapist and resilience coach in his book, Think Yourself Resilient, and like that. So after the selection of those, actually in these slides, I am including all of them. That at the end, we considered, for example, sunlight, a list of 7. But really we called it 7 plus 1. And this is interesting. And I told you why 7 plus 1, because these are 8, but the number 8 is still a surprise, But this is the list. And there is scientific information. There is a lot of very valuable practices and things that simple, natural remedies, good habits in your life will help you. And it includes learning techniques, for example, what the cognitive resiliency model provides, for mental health and good things. But something more complete or integral will make individuals more resilient. We are not talking of resiliency, we are talking better professionals, a better, healthy life, so a better student, so a better whatever I do in life. It is what I believe. It is actually what I firmly believe based on my career or what I have done. So we have this summary. So as I told you, the community resiliency model in this list connect in what is the mental health, self-control. There are techniques that helps us to regulate our nervous system. This is not the presentation in which I am going to explain the community resiliency model, but we have some material. There is a lot of emphasis of the resilience zone. There is even an app that is free. It was developed by the same institute, Trauma Research Institute. This is a wonderful institute that prepared a lot of material, books. We have an incredible, wonderful book that I shared with you. We have a lot to learn. So, as I mentioned, this resilience zone has a lot to do in what we understand biology. The physical process in my body and emotions or sensations that occur, and it has to do with something of biology. We are not thinking in something so abstract that mental health is this, which it has its importance. There are psychologists, but every human being can understand better his body, and based on the sensations and identifying what is happening, to help himself to regulate. And even there are some simple practices that the skills teach. For example, tracking, something very important, resourcing, grounding, gesturing, and spontaneous movement. This is called gesturing, the name that more commonly used. Help now. These are very, very common practices in treatments. Drink a glass of water. Who does not teach that in times of irritation, for example? But there are a scientific basis to that, and there are skills that we can learn and teach to others. And I just put an example. There is another skill here. So the material, we have the material. This material was prepared by Upward. We had in English some information about Upward, about the cognitive resiliency model, what I said, very, very short and very, very to the point. But started from that, we can give valuable tools to others. What is the goal, or why the community resiliency model? It was created to make community populations more resilient. We started with individuals. For example, those who are facilitators, those who they benefit themselves, they learn, they implement in their lives. If it has value for them, it should. If it has value for them, it has sense to expand, to teach, to convey the knowledge to others, and in an individual basis, everyone being more resilient can help that a community, a population will be like that. So we invested our time, efforts, everything in that. It was our purpose. You can say it is a huge challenge, yes, but Upward was created for that. It was the main point, all what we were doing. So specifically Sudanese in Egypt to be benefited with what we offer. If there is not something valuable in what we offer, I should not be here. We don't need volunteers. It is a loss of time. So we try to do our best because we consider individuals, Sudanese, valuable. To serve them is valuable for us, and we propose, we do our best to make strategies and to implement tools that we learn, skills, whatever come to our possibilities to serve them. So it is all what we are. The same information in Arabic. This is I think a good summary. We prepared this of a little short description of Upward. People may know about community resiliency model, so the principles of it, the skills. In general, we can use it to teach others, not probably anyone, no one, or only a reduced number of people are going to have the possibilities to have full training. No. So in workshops of 2 hours or some hours or 2-3 workshops, things like that, we try to give a valuable information that can change lives or transform lives. This is what we try to do to reach the higher number of people, greater number of people, but with quality. What we can offer may really impact positively lives. At the same time, we believe that the community, the support that we have even as a team, is good enough to see that one person is receiving a benefit, having friends, feeling like we are working in a purpose, probably has helped more than the skills specifically for some of us, but we try to take advantage of all what is being for good. So finally, I am going to tell you, probably even during the presentation I mentioned a lot, but there are some strategies that change a little bit in 2025 and not so different. It is probably as you expected after my previous comments and the slides that were presented, but yes, there is this. We are going to make an emphasis on resilient habits, a healthy lifestyle, practices that can make a person to very positively to be transformed in the good sense of that word, an important change. For example, if in my list I have physical exercise, I can ask Abbas, after you train in the gym, maybe, I don't know, weeks or months without exercise, zero, compared to how you felt after attending the gym to discipline, is it the same or was it better?
It's not the same at all. When you do not doing any exercises and you feel lazy and you feel overwhelmed, it's not the same.
I think a doctor is going to agree with us, we are doing right now, that it is very good for your health, even for how you feel. One point of what we try to do is that I can help people look when there is a peak in your irritation, angry, you can drink a glass of water or you can practice this skill. The purpose of the skills are for good, but a more integral, a lifestyle that will help in a more solid way are our habits in life. That's why we have this emphasis. We are not leaving aside what the strategy that we are trying and what we are doing, but this is something that we discovered or we know for a fact that really benefit individuals. So this is the reason why we came for it. There is people that know but doesn't know how, or can be helped or pushed a little bit. It is my example. All my life I have worked out. I am not exaggerating, but yes. Even in the most challenging times of my studies, my PhD, I had a work, I was going to get married, I was doing a lot of things, but it was a habit and exercise, physical. But last year, a new environment, a new place. I didn't find a gym around. From time to time, I worked out at home. From time to time, but even knowing, I didn't did my best. I did not do my best. So, thank God I had the opportunity to have the gym at home. This is so new, only some weeks, but it changed definitely. In the last year, I didn't work out 5 days a week, no. In this week, yes. But even before that, with my wife, we were going out, jogging, doing some exercise. It is not that I didn't know. No, I knew. But a new environment for me, a new culture. I was very active in my work. I dedicated all of me. But let's be honest, a better mind, a better body will help you to work better. So it is not the time I dedicate, that is also the quality of. So I can say that the good practice helps me to do it better, to feel better, to be more resilient. I call it resilient habits. Of course, CRM is what we are dealing with in terms of trauma and the effects of war. You definitely, and families, relatives, friends, and our beloved community or population, Sudanese here, are struggling. And even we know that it is even challenging for our mindset, in which mental health or challenging traumas can be addressed, and it is something that we are working for. And I think many people have been benefited. Many people told me, some of you, and we still believe on that. And we still believe that we can do it better, and we can work together, and there are things to do. Finally, maybe different, maybe the same, but we have strategies in which we are going to reach more people and with more quality in presentations, streaming, and contents that we are going to work better on. And probably you will know more about it. Even this presentation is right now streamed, even if it was just a test, but we can prepare very high quality presentations, and Abbas can endorse that, because I, thank God, not to say that I am a superstar, no, but thank God I organized 2 international conferences with top scientific authors in my research area, landslides and natural hazards. The top professors and researchers that thank God I could connect with because of my condition of a researcher as them. And we organized events in which only two Sudanese, as I told him, Abbas and me, organized a massive event, and the material after the event is of very, very high quality. Even the live streaming was very good, but after that, I had presentations that I did, and it's incredible. Even I am going to show you. We are going to start. Land Science is the name of the organization. I am CEO of Land Science. It is different of Upwork. In Upwork, maybe I have to go to YouTube. In Upwork, I am the director. I have supervisors. One day they can decide you are not more with us. Now Abbas is the new director. Something like that could happen. My point is that Land Science is the other organization in which this is different. This is I am director, and so in Upwork I am, let's call it, coordinator. This other organization is one company that I created. I am not to the point of making money or living from this, because I don't even dedicate full time to this. But these are, for example, the
Thank you so much.
presentations.
So first of all, I would like to thank you, Roberto, for the invitation. And my name is Marco Locke. I'm a research and a model. Interestingly, we think
it is only one example of high quality contents that I want to create and to make. And for example, right now we are streaming. Let me see here. This. It is only one example of high quality content. So it is going to be a loop there, but this is some seconds, or actually even minutes behind. I look funny here, but it is a test. It is a test, but I didn't I prepared this some minutes before you arrived. Even Abbas was here, I put this background, but I am sure that we can go for very, very high quality content, and this is something that we are going to emphasize this year. So the conditions for the facilitators and volunteers this year, as I am going to tell you. In the last year, we had funding from the Seventh-day Adventists. That was suggested to be actually initially the plan they had was even for therapy. The purpose was to people in need, they would pay for therapy, and the amount that was in the funds would come to an end, and that's it, to help the number of people that would benefit from therapy. When I arrived, it was the idea, the plan. I was, okay, I am the coordinator, but I was told what was the approach. But at the same time was when we contacted the Loma Linda University, and they helped us to come with a new approach. So the funds were decided to go to train the individuals, the volunteers. So probably it was not a large amount of money, the fundings, but it was for an stipend during the year 2024. And as I have been sadly announcing from months ago, this year we are not going to have that benefit. But there is still some funds that at least we can use or we will use for activities and for allowing the volunteers to participate. For example, transportation. All those things would allow that, okay, I want to be part, but going mobilization and those things, I am pretty sure that we can cover this. There are probably other activities that can be or can have a remuneration, but we are not going to work in a basis of a monthly stipend because we don't have funds or we didn't plan in that way, let's say. We didn't have donors during the full 2024. It was one of my plans. I wanted, even for some small things, let's call it, like humanitarian services, we didn't have external donors for that. Maybe if we had, or if I had make it in that emphasis, I prepared some content, I knocked doors, but of course it is not easy. So in 2025, I could not make that. Maybe based on donors, we could cover for volunteers, stipends, and things like that. But we talked about it in the last weeks that we met. I know that you are volunteers genuinely interested or committed with the purpose of Upward, and I am very happy that you are still here, knowing that it is not based on a remuneration you will receive. So I am very happy for that and thankful, and I want to promise as well as I did weeks ago that I am going to do my best. I am going to work actively for the benefit of the Sudanese population in Egypt, in Cairo, and I need your help. I will not do it by myself, and I have some new ideas, approaches. I even want to talk with some of you individually. I will do that because there are new approaches and things that I know you can be useful, very useful, and we can make it happen. So thank you for coming, for attending. I want to hear your opinions, comments. What do you want? What do you expect? All of you can be volunteers of Upward. I am going to maybe next meetings or events give you details, but I already defined or proposed a way in which we can manage those things of to give you a stipend about transportation and other expenses that you may have related to workshops or activities like that. Online meetings that probably we will not have every week meeting in person as we had last year, but I am open to your suggestions, to what you prefer. And this is your house from now as well. As you were very welcome last year, and I told you this is still for this year, and I want to learn from you as well, hear you, even to find some leaders that can help me very actively. And I want to talk with some of you individually. And for those who are new, maybe not very soon, but we can have the opportunity to make an interview. I will not call an interview in the terms of to decide to accept or not, but this is part of what we did in a selection process. This time I am already accepting all of you in Upward if you want to be part. But still, maybe we can schedule a meeting, individual meetings, or in some cases can be two of you if you are a couple, of you are brothers or something like that, or a small group. But I want in a small group to talk with every new volunteer. And as some of you as well, I want to talk because I have some plans and proposal to the volunteers that were part of Upward last year. So now you can tell me your comments, questions, ideas. Sure.
Can or will the training for the new volunteers be online? Like, is that possible?
We have not made definite decisions, so of course we are going to consider that. Actually, we want that a lot. I want presentations of the community resiliency model, and not only for the new volunteers. So it can be part of the training for the new volunteers. Except that I organize an event that is a full training like last year. Definitely it would be, we would like to do it. I mean, if I organize it to be in person, because I have not organized that. But I say this because, as I told you, it is very possible that Loma Linda trainers are with us again. It is wonderful. A boom for Upward history. So there is this very serious possibility. So, but it is not going to be soon. I mean, in weeks, no. Not even few months, probably not. But these are what I can answer.
Another question. Should the volunteers come on a weekly basis or
No.
and,
Sorry, continue.
I was just asking whether the volunteers are going to be asked to come on a regular basis, like every week you should come attend a meeting or something like that. And is every volunteer going to be asked to do a specific task on their own, or is it like a group where everybody works together?
Some of our activities are in group. Some volunteers conduct workshops in couple. Some of them did it by themselves. But in general, most of our activities were as a group. Even the events that I organized, I would go with 2 or 3 volunteers. But I can tell you, because one of our approaches was that every volunteer conducted workshops. Like They approached to the people, they organized it, they did everything. So some of them did it only by themselves. But even we encouraged to that even their workshops would be with other volunteers, but not mandatory. So it was some of the activities we carried out last year, and we want to continue organizing events and workshops to attend large groups or small groups with the contents we provide. More questions? This is the message that we are ready. ¿Necesitas ayuda, mi amor? I want to... ¿Los puedo introducir a ustedes? Later. So, no more comments or questions. Okay. I want to, those who want to be part of Upward, to invite you to join a WhatsApp group. This one is one open link that I have. Let me see. We are going to create, we have a community. It is called like a group of groups in WhatsApp. Probably you know about it more than me. But this one with the link, invite to group via link. So the first link that I am going to send is for the general group, and we invite people. The problem is that I have not created, or maybe I have not created one for the only the new volunteers. So I am going to share the one of the community, because if you are volunteers, you should be part of this one as well, because you can promote to other of Sudanese to join and to see our activity. So let's start with this today. Oh no, this is not the link. And I will create or we will have a group for us as volunteers. So I think that if I send to the volunteers, because I don't have your contacts, but if I send it to the groups, for example, Hisham send the link to your brother, Ridwan, I have relatives, and Nasruddin will receive it from Nasruddin. I didn't tell you that I lost my phone number, sadly. So I lost my cell phone in Drive. So no, I am not sending the right one, sorry. I didn't send the right, sorry. I don't know why I copied. Sorry. Invite to group via link. Okay, I will send the right one. And so if there are new individuals who want to join Upward, but they did not attend today, invite them. Got it? She's like part of the active team. So, as I wrote to the message, and mainly to the volunteers during the last year, Abba, Rudwan, Zina, Rawan, Hisham, Rajan. We missed a lot today, the others. I hope they will continue. But mainly you, for example, Hisham and Rayan, congratulations, because you wrote your brother. Rudwan, congratulations, because you wrote a lot of people. And so, but it's those who want to join, you know? So feel free. I wrote this as a WhatsApp message, but I want that you know that we are welcome in. And let me introduce you 3 people directly from Colombia. Colombia fame, Santander fame, Bucaramanga.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice.
My father-in-law.
My people. My family.
How are you?
Alfonso. Mr. Alfonso.
Nice to see you.
Esperanza. Miss Esperanza. Esperanza means hope. Oh.
So she told us.
I was surprised. Paola, my wife, you know Paola, but maybe there are exceptions. Oh, you saw. Yeah, yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Welcome. Before something very special they prepared, and thank you so much. We want to take a picture.
Yeah, gracias.
So maybe Zina is the one who always said Zina. I always say Zina to take pictures. No? I think here is the best place.
Yes, but can you stand or how we can?
I think I will go here, and most of you can stay there. But
In our position.
yes. But yo, ustedes más bien acá para yo pararme ahí y tomar una selfie así. Are you ready? Maybe you can sit with one of the girls or
You guys sit here.
okay.
Make sure everybody is there.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
1 second. This is the good one. This is the good one. 1, 2. So everyone here? Oh. Okay. A second one, just for the
One more.
1. Are you everyone? Okay, thank you. Please, I don't know, ¿se sirven ellos? Please serve yourself. And thank you.
Thank you for your work.
Yes. No, yo te pago. Solamente las voy a quitar para que no esté de
looks like my mother and my sister is look like my father. In Colombia.
If one person, anyone wants rice? Who wants rice?
When? I'm at first. Tuesday.
Les preparo las cupcakes. Siento que ustedes las preparan las cupcakes.
Tuesday second.
They prepare this. They prepare this by themselves.
Okay, let's do this.
Chị đến khẩu là tôi bảo đi cùng. Travel to
No, pero yo no es tan aquí. Friend, welcome. Fine. You are right.
They love chocolate.
Inta oh, my other. You came visit. You travel to Cairo
The Jeep.
some weeks ago. He arrived some weeks ago. He arrived in Cairo. He was living here.
You found him now. When you
Oh yes. I remember. As Rajan told me that my father and the other. Okay. I was confused.
This is Muhammad.
Yes. Nice. Welcome. Nice. Always welcome.
Yes.
Always very welcome.
Thank you.
How is your mother?
Very good.
Very good.
How is the sister?
Oh, good.
He
He's yes. Very good. And the wife, his daughter, they are very good. Yes, please start yourself.
we have to do some activity to join us.
Go outside. Yes, good. Will be great. Please.